Hey guys, my name's Botanist Cool, and today we are painting the purple worm. Now, oh boy, this was one hell of a model to get, and I really enjoyed painting this model a lot. In fact, I did paint it off stream as well, which I have a picture of at the very end of the video, and what it finally ended up looking like, because on stream it didn't end up looking amazing. I was proud of what I had done, but in reality, I did a lot better off stream, adding some things to it, and really getting out some of those highlight details and what have you. Either way, we painted the purple worm on stream, and it took about 4.5 to 5 hours. It was a behemoth of a painting, of a mini painting, and it was so much fun to do. I really enjoyed it. In fact, I'm looking at things like Etsy, and I'm looking at things like Amazon, and it's finding other official and non-official purple worm minis to paint one day, because honestly, just a lot of fun. And I really like the purple worm. It's so good. I think the purple worm is by far a classic and very fun enemy to have in D&D, especially for mid-level campaigns. It's nothing that's too hard to beat. You could definitely have like a little puzzle to it to make it easier to beat at certain levels. It's definitely not like fighting a Tarrasque or nothing that's like impossible. There's only one specific answer because it's a puzzle boss, or like rather it's a puzzle boss so that you can't just like hit it. But like, as long as you're smart and your crew is smart and your team is smart, you should be able to kill the purple worm with, I'm not gonna say ease, but with a level of assuredness, so long as you don't have an absolute asshole of a DM. Anyways, this purple worm was massive. I came primed in its box. It cost me about 40 bucks. It was great. And the cool thing is, it does basically just swallow up literally every other mini I have. That's like a standard size. Purple worms can typically get between 70 to 80 feet long and have a width of 5 to 10 feet wide, which means they can pretty much vor any normal living creature. I know what I said. It's horrible. I agree. Let's move on. No, it can just pretty much eat and swallow and digest anything that is like a normal medium-sized creature. So you're talking about even half-orcs and orcs. You're talking about any living species or sapient species, except for a few of the large ones. I believe Goliath. No, I don't think Goliath counts as a large creature. I think Goliath is like roleplay wise large, but not statistically large. But any of those creatures, it will be able to eat you. It can't just take down a horse or anything like that, but it can take down anything that can ride a horse, essentially. So I guess centaurs are good. Centaurs are good. But it was really a lot of fun to paint. We started basically by just putting base colors on everything. I tried dry brushing it, and then I felt that was taking way too long, so I then just started painting it. We had the little almonds or the spikes going on the side, which I chose a specific brown for. We used a paint called Purple Worm Purple, basically, just to get the skin. And I tried doing the insides to be kind of a dirt color, because I think that would have been nicer, and that's also what was kind of on the box, while putting the dirt to be also a dirt color. And I feel like while I did good on that, I want to go back and take some of that dirt that's actually on the bottom and change it up. Maybe make it more along the lines of like stone and dirt. Try that out, see what it looks like. And I don't know. I'm not done with this. There's going to be a part 2 or an updated video of this, because in all reality, I do think that I'm not finished with this mini at all. I look at it. It's literally just on my left right now on a shelf. It looks great. It looks fun. I do not think I'm done with it. I think I have so much more work to do with it, and I don't know where yet, but I'm going to. Let's talk about the purple worm as you would use it in a 5e campaign real quick. So this guy is pretty radical. Just look up purple worm 5e. You'll find its stats, no problem. It's an unaligned gargantuan monstrosity. It has an armor class of 18 with near 250 hit points. It could go 50 feet speed with a 30-foot burrow speed. Its strength is 29, ridiculously large, with a very low dex of 7, high constitution of 22, and absolute crap intelligence, wisdom, charisma, as you might be able to assume. It has blind sense and tremor sense, and a really shit perception. And it does not speak, obviously. It has a challenge rating of 15, which once again, I don't really go off challenge ratings, I just go off vibes. That's about it. The worm burrows through solid rock, leaving a 10-foot diameter tunnel in its wake, which is a big old tunnel, y'all. It can make 2 attacks, one with its bite and one with its stinger. Its bite attack does some pretty good damage. 3d8 plus 9 piercing damage, that's about 22 hit points. And if the worm takes 30 damage or more on a single turn from the creature inside of it, the worm succeeds a DC Constitution saving throw or ends up regurgitating all swallowed creatures. Easy stuff. But basically, if the worm bites something, a large creature, or it can even eat large creatures. God dang! All right. If a target is a large or smaller creature, it has to succeed on DC 19 Dexterity saving throw or be swallowed by the worm. And then if it does more than 30 damage on the inside, they can get out. And there's also obviously the acid damage from the stomach and what have you. So, and the tail stinger, I guess if you want to flavor it fun-wise, maybe you won't do the tail stinger if its tail's not out in the air and it's like in the ground, you know, kind of like sneaking around, being all sneaky wormy-like. But that's 3d6 plus 9 piercing damage, and there is apparently poison that comes with it. That's horrible. Oh my god. That's rough. Oh, that's horrible. But yeah, so the purple worm, fantastic little creature there. I say definitely I would give this, whenever my party starts hitting like 70 to 100 HP, I think this is a pretty good way to do it. I kind of think of what the average hit's going to be, because as a DM, I have the ability to modify all damage and the ability for this thing to hit anything. So I could just say, oh, that 30 damage, it's actually 20. You know what I'm saying? That's something DMs do, guys. Don't get it twisted unless you have like a really hard roll by the rules kind of DM. A lot of DMs do fake, adjust, or somewhat cheat in name of the players to make that game either more interesting or make it more palatable. So for this guy, for sure, once players start hitting around 70, even at full hit, they got at least 2, 3, 4 turns. And this guy only has 250 hit points. I know I say it only has, but like, you can do some serious damage around those levels. What are you talking about? Probably about level 10 at that point. You're talking about level 12 at that point. So I do not see a problem with this at all being especially around that kind of level. Once again, I'd probably put it on level 7 characters. 7 to 12 pretty easily. And especially if they have like environmental things to help them, if they're dropping stalactites in a cave, or if they have explosives from like TNT barrels or something like that. There's a lot of ways that you could have your players have a lot of fun with this creature. You can pull classic old Jaws on it. Throw explosive in its mouth, shoot the explosive with a firebolt, say, "Smile, you son of a bitch," and get going. You know what I'm saying? Or if you want, you could go for a more just hit its scales and see what happens approach. And of course, you could always make the choice if you're a player who is able to do rage or something like that, to just go on in and start attacking the inside of the actual worm as it's getting weaker and weaker. Just, I hope you have some really good health potions, or at least the ability to heal yourself with great ease, because that acid damage, 66, oh man. God, that's rough. God, that's rough. That's an average of 21 damage per round that you're taking. So you got like 4 rounds in there if you're lucky. I wonder if there is actually a barbarian that could get like damage resistance to poison. Like if you have a character that's damage resistant to poison for whatever reason, maybe they have like, maybe use the damage provided them an armor that gives the damage resistance to poison, so all their damage inside the actual worm is halved. Or maybe it's like a bracelet of poison resistance or something like that, right? Or acid resistance, excuse me, not poison. Maybe you have like a bracelet of acid resistance or something like that. You just go inside, you do your barbarian range and have yourself a good old time. Oh boy, that could be a way to defeat this creature, no problem. But yeah. Great creature, a lot of fun. I highly recommend waiting till mid-campaign to use it, but definitely using it at one point. When I had used the purple worm once, I ended up having my players go to a glacial area where there were rumors of poachers about to shoot down endangered species. And in all reality, it was photographers about to shoot pictures of endangered species with their brand new invention called the camera. It was a lot of fun, and they had to fight a purple worm there. They ended up using a mixture of spells, explosives, environmental effects, and what have you to actually take down the purple worm. And it was no problem at all. It was a lot of fun. Some of them got pretty damaged, but in all reality, not damaged to the point where they were really struggling to fight the creature, or they really thought that they were going to die. As a DM, I have not really TPK'd my party or anything like that, even with things like the purple worm or big old bad guys. I have brought down players before, to brought down their characters. I've never done that, but like this guy's a lot more intimidating to look at, and a lot more, I wouldn't say cinematic, but a lot more fun to fight than you might originally feel. Like, it's that really fun feeling of a fantasy game where you're just like this tiny little man with a sword, or tiny little woman with a sword, a tiny person with a sword fighting up against a giant dragon or giant creature from the abominable pits of whatever hell your person believes in. And that's the purple worm, and it's so much fun. And also, there's a lot of different kinds of purple worms. There's 5 specifically. If you look at each and every different edition of Dungeons and Dragons, you actually have different arts for the purple worm. Like in D&D first edition, it's very wormy. It's very, very wormy. But as you get to like 3rd and 4th edition, it starts to take on more, I guess, like the vibes you see today, where you have like this armored shell in the background. You have like hardened carapace skin with meat underneath it, but instead of just having like worm pudge, you know what I'm saying? Like number 1 and 2, like the 1st and 2nd edition, were just like a whole bunch of worm pudge, and it's so wormy, it's so great. 3rd edition had a really unique design, which was really nice to see. And 4th edition wasn't my favorite. 5th edition is obviously a really good one, but I do quite like all the purple worms that they had, and you can have fun with it. Maybe your world has more than just one purple worm. Maybe 1st edition, the 2nd editions, the 3rd editions, the 4th editions, the 5th editions, purple worms all exist in your world, and they're just like in different areas, like regional purple worms or purple worm comments. I just imagine them all saying, yeah, so we see there's a city. Anyways, a lot of cool stuff to do with purple worm. It was a lot of fun. Do I have anything else to say about the painting? In all reality, no. We based it. We washed it. I actually experimented with some of the washes. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do with the washes and how they would look. So we experimented a lot with the washes, and eventually I got something down. And after the stream, and you guys will see this in about 3 minutes. I've been just ranting on about this guy for like 13 minutes now. After the stream, I went and I highlighted with stronger pinks than I did here. Like, I did actually try to highlight with pinks on stream, and I didn't do it well. It ended up being kind of purple and blobby on stream, in my personal opinion, when after stream, I really ended up strongly defining those highlights and those accents, and I was really proud of it. I'm really, really, really happy with it. You know what? I'm gonna let you guys just enjoy the rest of the video till then. You guys have heard me talk for 13 and a half minutes about the randomness of the purple worm. But if you guys are enjoying it and you guys do want to see the full 5-hour VOD, that's coming out at noon today. Feel free to watch it. I would be grateful if you did. If you just put it on in the background while you're doing either tests or homework if you're in college or high school or something, or yada, yada, yada. Maybe you're painting your own minis and you want something in the background and you just want some lo-fi. Hey, let's paint minis together. If you want to see me paint minis live, it's going to be typically on a Sunday at 7 p.m. And that's on Twitch. And yeah, I think that's about it. If you haven't already, please subscribe and like the video. Tell me what you think about the purple worm, how you've used it in your own combat encounters. And yeah, thank you guys very much for hanging out with me today. I hope you had a good one. Y'all stay safe, stay Botanist Cool, and I'll see you for the next one. Enjoy the rest of the video.